Hey there everybody. Today I'm going to be putting in a rain collection system into my new greenhouse back here. Also going to have to put in a gutter system. I have some leftover pieces here. Had to go pick up a spigot. Had to pick up a drain and some connections. And I picked up a 40-gallon, basically it's a storage tote made by Craftsman, pretty heavy duty. But it's 40 gallons. It's going to give me 40 gallons of water that I can use to water my plants inside my new greenhouse without dragging a hose back and forth or worrying about a hose freezing in the spring. Also had to pick up some end caps and a turn and some clear weld. This way I can make a overflow because the water is going to be going in, has to go someplace else. Have some screen here just to keep the leaves from going in to the gutter and then into the water barrel, because I don't want to have to clean out the water barrel that often. I have a leftover stand from when I put a 300-gallon system into my other greenhouse over in the corner there. And I have some tubing that I had from an auction that I went to, picked up a whole bunch of tubing for about $1, so I couldn't beat it. So this is going to be my intake from the drain, and it's also going to be my overflow that's going to go under the greenhouse and drain out. So let's get to it. First thing I'm going to do is put together the pieces that are going to need the clear weld. So I'm going to hook together these two pieces and squeeze that in. And I'm going to be clear welding inside this area right here. So I'm going to duct tape that off really quick. And keep it from being too much of a mess. And that should give it a good watertight seal once I put the clear weld in. Now for the overflow, I'm going to go as high as possible on this thing with still enough room to put the hose through. And grab my other hose really quick. And this will be put in there, and I'm going to clear weld around both this side and the inside. So you want an overflow, that way the water, when it comes into the tank, it'll still flow out. Otherwise you'll just make a big giant mess inside your greenhouse. Now while I have this here, I'm going to go ahead and just put a hole through here for my intake where it's coming in. So now I have my where the water is going to come in from outside. For the spigot placement, and I'm using a nice ball valve spigot. Goes really quick on it, shuts it and opens it. It gives you a tight seal here. Well, I'm going to be placing this about an inch or so above the bottom of my water tank. By doing an inch or so above the water tank, what that does is if I get sediment building up down here, it won't clog up my spigot. I also am putting it close to the corner so it has more support. If I put it over here, it's a lot more floppy, and so I have more support on it if I put it right here. I'm going about an inch above. Go and clean that up a little bit. Put a washer on my spigot. Put that in. Put this on the other side. Come in here. Put this on the other side. Now I'm not planning on using the epoxy clear weld, JB cleared weld on the inside here, but if for some reason I start leaking past my washer, I can come back in, drain this out really quick, and put the JB weld around the outside of it. The bottom here, this is all for sediment here, so this is about maybe 1.5 gallons, 2 gallons from here to the bottom. Now I'm going to put this right here, put a couple pieces of duct tape on the other side of it, get it in where I want to have it, clamp this in, just clamping it nice and light so that way it's all set in here perfect. Now to mix up some epoxy. Alright, well, I took my JB clear weld and I went and put it inside each of these corners and around the outside a little bit on this one. On this one. Went around this side and around this side. And I'm going to let this thing cure for about an hour. It has a 5-minute set time, so it's already starting to get tacky. And that means I can go and start working on my gutters. Alright, now that I got the gutter in, I got a screen in here to catch some of the leaves. I'm going to go in and start working on the stand for my water tank. Now this would be going a lot easier if I wasn't trying to reuse something I already had made. Oh. Now that I finally got this thing in, it's time to make sure it's level. So the next thing I need to do is go up there to the corner and put my hole in where I'm going to bring my pipe in from outside. I don't know if you ever driven through mahogany with one of these things before, but it is a pain. I just got, whoops, it's hot. I just got done going halfway through the other side with this. Oh my goodness. All right, let me get a step stool and do this side. Time to install the tank. Get it on. Into the tank. Like so. Perfect. So on the side that comes out from the greenhouse, I put some of this mesh here. That way if I get any critters that want to try to come, into the greenhouse through this tube, they're going to have to get through the mesh first. Alright, so here you go. Rainwater collection system. Now all I have to do is wait for it to rain. and I'll show you how it works. Well, I came out to feed the chickens this morning. We had a pretty good rain. I wanted to find out how I did in my collection tank, and it is empty. It is just about empty. I have a hole someplace in this thing. As you can see, I got some water down here at the bottom of the greenhouse. You know, I was thinking maybe I had a leak here. Can't find it. Actually having to go underneath. And I can see a little drip back there. So it looks like I'm dripping from that corner back here. So I'm going to take off this container, set it down, dry it out, and see what I can do about it. Alright, it looks like the weight of the water inside the tank actually buckled the side here on both sides of this, and then did a little split right along here, allowing almost all the water to come out. Well, this thing was just not strong enough. It just could not hold the water. The sides bowed and put a crack in it in there, and it's just didn't work very well. So it looks like I'm gonna have to make a second video. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have tried this before using this type of container and it gave way on you, let me know in the comments. If I stopped you from purchasing one of these things and saved you some money, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear some feedback on that. And I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. Push that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Can't wait to see you on the next video, and have a great day.